My Twitter and Facebook feeds have been populating with people saying, oh my goodness, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so good right now. And they are absolutely right. There have even been articles written about how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has gotten so good. And I'll link a couple down below. And I'm here to tell you that yes, season 4 was the best season ever. But I think that even season 1 has been unfairly maligned. And we're in season 5 now, and the show is fantastic. So I'm doing another tag of 3 reasons to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hi, I am Christine, the middle-aged fangirl. I have or have had depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And it was film, TV, and fandom that helped me heal. I talk about specific films and TV shows and how they've helped me, and the awesome benefits of being part of the community of fandom. If this sounds interesting, please consider subscribing by hitting the red button below. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is based on the Avengers comics. Now, there is not a comic dedicated to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's the agency that exists in the world of the Avengers. Now, the showrunners for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are Jed Whedon, Joss's brother, and Marissa Tancherone. And I apologize if I mispronounced that. Joss Whedon is the executive producer. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the continuing story, and I always want to say continuing story, of Phil Coulson, who died in the Avengers, but was brought back to life for the series, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, when I asked people on Twitter why they weren't watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., one response I got was because it doesn't have enough crossover with the MCU, and it's boring. Well, there certainly isn't a lot of crossover, but there's more than you think. Sure, the actual Avengers themselves don't show up in the series, but some of the minor characters have made an occasional appearance. But there is a lot of crossover as far as what happens. For example, the end of season 1 is all about the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is what happened in Captain America Winter Soldier. And the end of season 3 is about the Sokovia Accords and whether or not it's the right thing to do to register in humans. That's in direct reference to the events of Captain America Civil War. Now, the first season certainly did not get off to a strong start. But I think that's also because the series had such high expectations. The first half of season 1 of Buffy isn't particularly fantastic either, but if you stick with it, you are rewarded. Erica Maya, a writer, wrote an article called 5 Reasons to Give Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Another Chance, and I will link that down below. The first thing he says, or one of the things he says, is that it reinvents itself, and that is my number 1 reason to watch. Now, some shows, and we all know what they are, have been on for ages, and they've run out of stories to tell, and they just sort of keep telling the same things over and over with different characters and different specifics. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has never been afraid to mix up the cast, the plot, the genre. In season 4, which is the season which finally made everyone sit up and take notice, they started structuring the seasons in a series of 3 mini arcs, the last of which was called Agents of Hydra, and it had them trapped in a virtual reality where Hydra had taken over S.H.I.E.L.D. In season 5, the team has been sent into the future to defeat the Kree, who have taken over the Earth and enslaved humans. So this season, it's a gritty dystopian science fiction series. So who knows what the show will become next? And if it sounds like you have to watch 3 seasons until it gets good, that is just not the case. As I said before, yes, the first half of season 1 is a little awkward, but by episode 7, things have taken off, and actually I enjoy the end of season 1 as much as anything. Now, reason number 2 to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the female characters. It's not that they have ever flashed this neon sign saying, "We have strong women, we have strong women." They just do. From the beginning of the show, half of the agents have been female. And women have shown up as both allies and villains. Now, it's a fact that women, especially older women, are just non-existent on some shows. But from the beginning, they've had characters like Melinda May, an expert in hand-to-hand combat, and Daisy, who started off as a computer genius and is now an Inhuman with superpowers. And Gemma, the doctor/biologist, who in recent series has really begun to be one of the powerhouses of the show. In season 4, they introduced Yo-Yo, a Hispanic woman with inhuman powers who can move really fast. And there have been lots of female supporting characters. Bobby showed up for a season as another agent. Rosalind Price, one of my favorite recurring characters, was the head of a rival agency for about half a season. Jiaying was the big bad in, I forget whichever season it was. And then Ada was the big bad of season 4. And they don't make a big deal about the fact that these are women. They just are. And the result of this is that in a lot of the fight scenes, the combatants are women. I watched a recent episode where every single fight in the whole episode, and it was fairly fight heavy, had female combatants. And they don't make a big deal out of it. It just is. And the fight choreography is awesome. There are lots of other things I love about the show. They have great guest stars. I love the character of Phil Coulson. I just love him to death. And it's got that Whedon-esque, quippy dialogue that's so much fun. But the third reason I have to say watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is because it isn't afraid to wrestle with the big questions, but it does it in a intelligent, subtle way that doesn't hit you over the head. Now, the shows I watch and love have to have a strong moral center, something that says, we know what's right, we know what's wrong, a worldview that says doing good is our responsibility. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. certainly has that. I can't count the number of times that Phil Coulson has said, we do this because it's right. He's only doing what he thinks is right, and that's all any of us can do. In season 3, they wrestle with the fallout of Captain America Civil War, which involves the Sokovia Accords and the question of whether it's right or wrong to register Inhumans. And they wrestle with this throughout the season, and spoiler alert, they always come down on the side of freedom. The season 4 arc has created a virtual world in which the agents had lives they remember, and there are other people that are only creations of the digital world that they have relationships with and they love and care about. And the season wrestles with the question of, are their feelings real? Are the people who only exist digitally, are their feelings real? And the agents have to wrestle with whether their feelings for people who don't actually exist are still genuine. These are big questions. And they will often refer to things that are happening right now in politics and culture, not in a hit you over the head with a hammer kind of way, but in a subtle way that you get it. And it's really cool that they snuck it in there. So there are my 3 reasons to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, what do you think? Do you watch it? If you don't, I hope you do. I hope you try it out and let me know. If you do watch it, what do you love about it? Or what are your favorite shows and what are your 3 reasons to watch them? So make a video doing the tag me, tag the people I've tagged below who are doing it with me. Thanks for watching. If you like this even a little bit, please consider subscribing because film and fandom are good for the soul.